Meron namang iba, taba mo ngayon kasi tita mo.
Right.
Dahil tita mo, hindi mo masagot.
Helplessness.
So, helpless.
Yeah.
So, mukhang maliit lang yung fat comment. Mukhang malaki yung minura yung nanay ko from head to toe in chocolate, katipunan ni Trillafen.
Yeah.
You would think this will leave the trauma. But I got the scream back here. This one, I just took it. This will leave the mark. It comes out sometimes in an eating disorder. You have dysphoria. You always think you're fat. You avoid family reunions, thinking that your whole family is evil, but actually you're just avoiding that aunt. You have so many of those. You think, oh, I'm afraid. I don't like the institution that is family. And dami mong profound explanations. Actually, ayaw mo lang makita yung tita mo. Kasi lagi niya sinasabi, mataba ka.
Speaking to any member of Gen Z today feels like seeing a shrink. We're the type to use therapy speak to describe every possible situation. The guy who ghosted us is a raging narcissist. Our friendship troubles are emotional abuse. And our shyness in social situations might just be undiagnosed ADHD. Most of us see this as a necessary sign of progress, especially in destigmatizing mental health. But what is at risk when we reduce these terms to buzzwords and viral sound bites?
From Philstar Life and Puma Podcast, welcome to Generations, a conversation about how different age groups see the world and why it matters.
Today, trauma therapist and neuroscience research fellow Gang Badoy Kapati joins me, Philstar Life correspondent Angel Martinez, and Puma Podcast editor-at-large J. Mark Tordesillas for a conversation on the perks and pitfalls of pathologizing everyday phenomena. Thank you so much for joining us, Ms. Gang.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, before we get started, this is the Welcome to the Generations podcast. Before we get started, can you tell us what generation you identify
That's
as?
Mike in the middle of Gen X.
And what are your cultural touchstones to say na Gen X ako?
Nung naglalaro kami ng kickball, dalawa lang yun. Either somebody will use Star Wars metaphors, or I guess Godfather metaphors.
Wow.
Star Trek dapat equal siya, di ba? Pero depende kung which Betamax tape was stuck in your machine. So
And how big a nerd your dad is.
Depende. But in the population in my home is I have 5 older brothers.
Oh, wow.
So there really was a season in my childhood where it was only Godfather in our Betamax.
Oh,
It was a
wow.
touchdown. I guess that's one.
Yeah, Gen X na Gen X. Angel, tell us about your experience with using therapy speak. Like nang ghost na ba sa'yo na tinawag mong narcissist?
Okay, that's not specifically my example. I would just like to put that out there. But members of Gen Z are more willing to talk about what afflicts us, what affects us, because mental health is no longer that much of a taboo for us, I'd like to think. So one example of this is using therapy speak to describe everything that goes on in our daily lives, maybe to demystify or articulate what's going on in our lives. So I researched for the column, and it says that it's because of this thing called concept creep. Is that a familiar term for you? Could you expound on it?
I guess concept creep is also a lot like, you know how words, they evolve. Like all of a sudden, a bad word doesn't mean what it used to mean. And then before it used to be, can I say a word?
Yeah.
Fuck used to mean, sexual intercourse with less respect and whatever. Now it's just an adverb.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking hot.
Right.
Very hot. So, concept creep is pretty much the same. There's a whole collective of people alive looking at a mysterious thing, and then someone in the academe throws out a term, and everybody goes, "Oh!"
Yeah, that describes exactly what I'm going
Then
through.
it's an umbrella, usually, umbrella term. Then all of a sudden, it's used here and there. Like, kasi yan naman yung sobrang alive nung language eh. It will be used by many, many, many mouths. And then in certain contexts, nag-iiba na yung meaning. So the creep is really, I think there was a big relief for many people when pathology of certain personality traits started becoming familiar. Matagal na to. Like, I'm so OC about my water.
Yeah.
So, I have social anxiety.
Right.
I have, etc. They are no longer accurate in the
It used to be anal and then it became OC. And
yes,
now
you know
it's
where anal retentive came from?
because of Freud, diba?
Yes. But in the child rearing,
Yeah.
there are people like who keep their poop.
Oh.
And they only go when it's there.
Right, yeah.
So you retain And then when it's really there, you run to the bathroom and then whoa, super bilis soon. Because there are people who take their time in the bathrooms.
Right.
Those are not anal retentive people.
Oh,
Because they go and gently cooks.
Oh, right.
Their anal retentive is you retain. And so meaning, it became obsessive compulsive kasi you have this rule na mabilis lang, I don't wanna, so it's efficient. Super efficient. That's what it is. Anal and then OCD, right? And so OC about OCD.
Yes, yes.
But obsessive compulsive disorder with a D, it's so different from neat and systematic
Right.
and
Right.
clean because it get the word obsessive and then compulsive. Obsessive is your supremely focused, for lack of a better word. And then compulsive means you do not pause. You just you have your compulsions. You just
And you
do
have
it.
to do it.
You have to do it because it will mean life and death. That's the D part, which is the
Right.
disorder. It becomes a disorder if it disturbs your daily duties and obligations and you truly will not go out of the house unless you turn on off the switch 14 times. So yun yung disorder part. Now, there are obsessive compulsive traits.
Okay.
Iba yun. So you can say, I'm kind of obsessive compulsive about, I have traits. That's a safe way to use it. But you can't say, I have OCD because you were not going to believe what OCD looks like.
Right.
I'll give okay lang. I'll
Yeah,
put the
please.
spectrum.
Sure.
A mentally regulating person will go take a test and you left your favorite ball pen at home. When you get to school, you go, naiwan ko yung ball pen ko.
Bukas na lang, oh.
And then, hiram ka ng ball pen and then you take the test. But, the back of your head, you're thinking, gosh, I miss my ball pen. And then you take the test. Then you're grateful to your neighbor, your seatmate na pinahiram ka niya. Yung obsession compulsion na disorder ay nobody can take the test. Everybody pause. I'm gonna go home and get my ball pen. So meaning may nadi-disrupt siya.
Mag-a-adjust kayo lahat sa akin, no?
Mentally, may imo-modify siya because it will mean death if I take the test without my ball pen. It's outside of logic, outside of, I suppose, acceptable adjustment logistics. Then you demand it like it's life and death. Linya yun ng disorder. Yeah. But otherwise, you're OC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that started Gen X pa yon, millennials, di ba? Pero ngayon parang ang daming terms, yung generation nila Angel, right?
Narcissist.
Narcissist.
Yeah, gaslighting in
trauma.
particular.
Everything is trauma now,
No. That's
No,
why
but so is that a good thing? Like I would imagine it's good in the sense that there's more awareness of mental health issues. I don't know if that translates into more people getting the help they need, but at least there's more awareness. There's language to describe what we're feeling that we didn't used to have that during our
at least my
generation.
articulation, at least my word for it. It's a good one. Like anything that provides umbrella, shelter, there will always be, it's never just one thing. It's never just one thing. May mabibigyan ng shade, mapaprotect from the elements, at merong mabablock yung source of vitamin D. Does that make sense? So, isang bit lang siya. So, what were you saying?
Gaslighting. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
is that a therapy term though, or galing sa movie?
No, galing sa movie ni
galing sa
Hitchcock. I know. Yeah. Well,
An old movie, yeah.
somebody would turn on the lights and then sure.
If from what I know, parang gaslighting is like a very specific kind of manipulation, right? Where it's like altering your sense of reality. But among members
That's
of
the
Gen
literal
Z,
one, yes,
right?
yes. And then the acceptable larger part would be you will doubt yourself.
Right.
Because they said that it's so short.
Yeah.
But for members of Gen Z now, it's like they use gaslighting every time they get into an argument with someone. Parang it becomes an umbrella term now na you're gaslighting me just because you're disagreeing with me. And I think that's kind of where the danger lies. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm not sure if it is inaccurate.
Yeah.
And sometimes inaccuracy is dangerous. But I wouldn't block it. It's never just one thing. But what I do know is whether it's pathologizing or not, every human being really comes from their own homes and backgrounds and sets of parents and etc. na may kanya-kanyang glossary of terms. For some people, pag sinabihan ka ng tanga, no problem. You can just laugh, high five, if it's long. May iba pag, anta mo naman, 2 buwan, galit siya sa'yo. meaning, we really, meaning so, and heavy-hitting words or light-hitting words, it really comes from what we assign to it or what was fed to us, right? In my home, it's okay, no problem. I was gonna say I'm revealing too much. No, in my home, the siblings I grew up with, we were all birthed by my mother, so
Right.
10 kami. Merong mga terms na, they're such neutral words, but for me, it's
Triggering.
high impact.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you one, galing. When my ate says galing, that usually means, ang tanga ng ginawa mo, baba mo yan. Alis ka,
Okay.
wag mo na ulitin yun. Usually that means galing. Okay? For others, it's a word, galing mo, di ba? I just recently encountered someone, he gets hurt when somebody replies with okay.
Oh.
Na letter O and K. Hey, but if it's the full word,
Okay, AY.
Yeah. So it's really, meaning stems from our pointing finger. We assign it. There are really some words that they really don't land a punch on me, but for others, they're like irate. And so we do come with our own histories of where we come from, which has its own glossary of terms. So, iba walang-wala lang yung putang ina ni Alex Ayala. No, wala
ako, wala.
Yung iba parang, Lord, in heaven above, baka makarma tayo. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it depends. So are there objective words? I think when there is real dangerous scuffling, then it pays to, let's go redefine glossary of terms. I guess in a debate,
Yeah.
you need to establish, okay, when I say tanga, I just mean,
Right. Yeah.
Oo.
And we never do that in conversation
Never.
until may referee na ron na, back to start tayo.
Hindi kung ganun kabilis. Minsan 4 na buwan, di ka kakausapin. No? Kasi you said, okay. What? Right? So we don't know. Are we helpless? No, we're not helpless at all. I think it becomes dangerous when it belittles, invalidates those who really have the disorder,
Right.
and who truly need adjustment, behavioral modification of everybody around. Pag tunay may kailangan nun, nakakainis pag ang luwang mo ginamit yung trauma, yung bipolar, bipolar is not moody, People always think, it's so bipolar today. Kasi kanina I was laughing, now I'm crying.
Or the weather is so bipolar. I hear that a lot.
So, bipolar, people think it's happy-sad. But bipolarity is really 2 poles, meaning mania and depression. And that's not even happy-sad.
Right.
It's high energy or low,
Low
energy.
energy.
And sometimes they look different. I could be very depressed, but I'm on the dance floor.
Or, it's a manic
That's my
episode.
depression, but the energy came. So it's just an energy
Right.
level. My mania is this, and then depression is when you're pressed down. So your affect is flat. Okay? This is a really good tip.
Even manic depression is not the term,
It's
the
not the term.
accepted
No, it's not
term
the-
anymore. It's
No.
now, what do they call it?
What's ka volatility? Yung
Yeah.
parang ganyan. Pero that's fine. It's fine. It's, we need to define where we are. So, halimbawa, dun ako pinaka na gusto ko mag-start dito. Just the word depression.
Yes.
People think it means very sad.
No.
No, absolutely not. In fact, I can be depressed on the dance floor and you can't read it. That's, doon ang gagaling yung many faces of depression, and then there's this. People think it's happy, neutral, sad, depressed. Actually, ibang muscle yung depressed. Ibang muscle. Hindi siya very sad. For example, I'm grieving. I lost both parents in a span of 8 months. And I have the emotions of somebody who's depressed. If I need to be really, really accurate, I will say, I am not depressed, but I am actively grieving. And it looks the same because the energy level is low, the affect is low, perhaps there are tears, every now and then. But iba yung depression.
Right.
Kasi I am grieving a statistically normal person who lost parents.
Yeah.
Will need to express that as a normal reaction. And it's a normal reaction. Except we're very afraid of swinging too far from the zero. So we say, oh, I am depressed. I'll tell you what depressed is actually, if you can't explain it. So I don't go out, let's say, etc.
Don't wanna see my friends,
Kasi her mom just died. Okay, so there's that. How are you feeling? I don't want to go out, etc., etc. Why? And you go, but it's really hard to find the words. And there's no one. There's a big chance you should re-examine if you are depressed.
Yeah.
Kasi hindi mo siya
No,
na-explain.
that's a very important point, though, gang. Like yung grief. I remember you saw my post when my mother died, right?
Yes. I felt you, brother.
Yes. I wrote about it when my mother died, etc. And then it didn't stamp me out of it, but what really helped me was this comedian, Mark Maron. And he was talking about grief, and he was saying, it's very hard. It's overwhelming sometimes, but we're built for it. It's as normal as falling in love.
100%.
And it was like so enlightening for me because, oh yes, that's what I'm feeling, and yes, I'm built for it.
And I'd be astounded if you were
Right.
displaying any signs of...
No, and I guess that's my point. Like, grief is normal. Everyone would go through it. Ibang level ang depression. That's what...
Yes. Ibang number line yun. It's not in the statistically normal range of universally shared feelings. Iba yun. Of course, you look this way.
Yeah.
You lost your mom. Of course.
Right.
So, what we don't understand is that ang lalim at ang prismic ng kailangan maramdaman ng heart. Right? But we have certain prescriptions na anything lampas dito, papathologize ko na. I'm depressed or I'm manic, etc. But I need you to know, of course you have to not get up, but your mom just died. So there is that.
Yeah, one thing I noticed also is that members of Gen Z kasi, it's like they tend to use therapy speak to kind of legitimize their feelings.
Do
like,
you do that? How often do you do
Is
that?
it to legitimize? I think it's just the word that they fancy that, it captures this.
Because sometimes we're just sad or we're just stressed, but parang nakaka-minimize kasi nung nararamdaman if we use those words. Like there's this tendency to think that, which is why we resort to saying, I'm depressed, even if it's not exactly fitting the definition of what depression looks like. So I don't know, is that something that you've also observed?
Well, for the most part, it depends who you're talking to. Because if you and your person you're talking to actually have the same cadence, then no problem.
Oh, right.
But there is a miscommunication that can happen.
A generation gap.
I think there's a generation. Sometimes I don't think there's a generation.
Yeah.
I think there's an ugali gap and a sensibility gap, a taste gap.
Yeah.
But
Even an
generation-
intellectual gap sometimes.
I was not gonna go there.
I went there. Okay.
Pero yung there's a Gen X, boomer, silent generation, millennial, young millennial, Gen Z, right? Every collective has its own share of assholes, organized people. There's a set of people who are always late, and there's also what we say ugaling boomer, pero 10 years old. Alam mo, so it's not, it just happens to be a generality kasi every generation will have its own speed and pace of how they reply. I'll give you an example. I'm older than you.
Yeah,
I used to
identify.
write our mom from grad school, and I know the abot sa kanya 3 weeks from now. If I'm lucky, 3 weeks. So the manner by which I write my balita is naka-wrap up yung isang buwan. And alam ko, 3 weeks pa niya makukuha eh.
Yeah.
So irrelevant yung real-time balita, right? Parents now, they know if their daughter in NYU is pooping as we speak, or I don't know, real
Maybe nila-live stream pa ng daughter.
real time.
no?
And ganito yung exchange, staccato,
Right.
Kami, essay, and then essay, and then so it's not different. Every generation needs validation, somebody to talk to, somebody who loves them. It's the same. Every generation, human, we have the same needs from caveman to now. Friends, somebody to talk to, validation, somebody say, galing mo, good job, or are you okay? If you're in pain, save. The pace lang is different. Your generation, maybe even you. Are you millennial?
I'm an exennial, so between
you're
Gen
an older
X,
millennial?
very geriatric millennial.
You're not used to
Waiting.
following without an explanation.
Oh, that's so true.
We we can take an entire course, career, marry someone with no explanation.
Oh, wow.
Mag-commerce ka lang. Magiging ano ka. Right? Kitang-kita mo ng creative nung anak mo, papag-accounting mo pa rin. Then yung anak will obey. No explanation, will obey. You have information at your fingertips. You don't only have an explanation in real time, you have the explanation of 85 experts from all over the world in 3 seconds. Right? So this is why your parents are very confused how to talk to you because the pace is really different. You're almost like speaking in a completely different language, which is weird because every message is the same. Do you still love me? Will you respect me? Are you grateful? Am I here for you? Do you abandon me? Are you really my dad? I don't know. I don't know. But they're the same. They're the same, except one is delivered in staccato, in piecemeal, in phrases, and the other one has handwritten essays and etc. So basically, since caveman time, conversations between caregivers and cared person have always been the same. Do you love me? Do we have food? Can I sleep here? Are you my dad? Will you leave? Will you come back? Same in multitude of ways. Same conversations go on, except the pace changes, the needs changes, the expectation of tone changes. There are tones you guys use that will merit
Never.
me a walis tambo if I ever even try to
Ibitin
use
ako ng
that.
patiwarik ng nanay ko.
Yeah, and that's not to say that you got better or were more disciplined. Not at all. It's just a language difference. One last to illustrate? I had an intern, and I asked her if she could email something for me to the Boston lab, and then she says, "Hey, it's not part of my job description." And I really, like, I felt my anger, like yung intestinal fortitude ko talagang na-test. And then I said, kasi nahiya ako, mental health clinician ako So hindi ako makabapo.
Hindi ka makapag-alat sa iyala. Oh.
Di ba, feeling ko kahit pakainin ko yung aso ko, oo ka lang, kahit dry clean nung thesis advisor ko ako gumapa. But when she said it, I really froze because I felt first feeling anger. Like, kilay, right? All sorts of feelings come up. Like, don't you know who I am? Mga fake. Mga, ang swerte mo nga ako yung, so dami. But I had to live up to my job. So I said, I'm just gonna pee. And you hold that thought. And then I had to run to the cubicle and, what's this I'm feeling? What do I do? So I'm very angry. But I come back and I say, so just email it. I was hoping he gendered. Yeah, but it's not part of my job. Inulit niya. Alam ko na kung anong what froze me. She was saying it so calmly. It wasn't a fight.
Yeah.
She wasn't protesting. She wasn't angry. There was no placard in front of my face. She was just declaring. If I said that possibly would have been the 100th time that thesis advisor made me do that. Punong-puno na ako. I probably have wanted to say that for the last 18 months.
Yeah.
And it just came out because it's a bad day. Right? And I would say those words, it's not part of my job description, with venom and fuck you in my face. And you are the most unjust person. I'll be saying it in anger. So what threw me off was it was a different
Emotion, no?
And you know what I realized? I wasn't angry at her, yata. But
Well, a little, siguro.
I envied
her
that she
composure.
could say it so plainly and say, it's not part of my job description. Ayoko naman magpatalo kasi nainis ako na hindi siya nag-email. I said, yeah, I know it's extra, but is it okay if you do it extra? Of course. And she did it. And I'm thinking, see, she just needed me to acknowledge that it's extra.
Right.
Because that girl, whoever raised her with job, she established that this is not normal.
Yes.
You cannot just expect this.
She has her boundaries.
100% minrec. And I thought, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So yung na-feel ko pala, anger sa sarili ko, na I couldn't do that, envy,
Yeah.
and admiration, actually. Ang hirap aminin. Pero I admired that. And I'm like, good job, whoever your parents are. Because you just said it. What I needed to wrestle with was, there are certain lines that declare simple things na for me, protest action na. Like, hindi ko yan job. I have to go home by 5. You know, pag ako na nagsasabi nun, umiiyak na malamang ako, tapos gutom na ako, tapos 10 days na ako nasa lab. But she just said it. So what am I saying? There's the miscommunication. Can you
And the
see?
generation gap.
100%, that was a gap. So, I realized, kailangan lang niya aminin ko na it's extra. Gagawin din naman niya eh. Alright? So, nung ginawa niya, asar pa rin ako sa kanya. In the end, naasar pa rin ako. But I did learn. I did. It was hard. It was really hard. I wanted to scream at her, but I knew there was something there. Pwede ka magalit. And it was a tone. So there are acceptable tones. But it is really that.
Yeah.
It's really that.
What I'm gathering also is like this use of therapy speak among Gen Z, like the whole concept creep thing that's happening. It's also because we're now empowered by the wealth of information we have, right? As you mentioned, we have like 85 experts at our fingertips in 3 seconds, right?
I don't, yeah.
So
I don't mind that.
Okay, you can expound on that.
I don't mind that you are you're a headache and I want to strangle half of you every other day.
Oh.
But I don't mind it because the other option is you do not speak out. The other option is you don't even know when you're offended.
That's nice.
You're younger.
Yeah.
We didn't even know we were already
We
offended.
didn't have the language for it.
Hindi ko man lang alam, offended na ako. Galit na ako. I couldn't even identify what I was feeling.
The other part of it, Angel had a great column. She was talking about how if a guy, ghosts you, he's a narcissist. And
O baka walang load.
but a lot of it,
I'm not a narcissist, I'm poor.
yeah,
Sabi niya.
exactly. Or he's just not that into you. But parang it's a way to describe the world. Like you're using therapy speak to describe the world. What's wrong with everyone else, right? And it feels like a different point of view from when we were growing up, where all our exposure to therapy was, what's wrong with us? Like, di ba, we have guys like Dr. Phil saying, this is what you need to change about your life.
Yeah.
Or, the big therapy book was Men Are From Mars, Women Are For... Parang, anong problema sa akin? Bakit?
Chicken soup. Ganon.
Ganon. So ngayon, is it healthy or is it healthier na, okay, I'm using therapy speak and therapy concepts to tell me what's wrong with the world rather than figure out what's wrong with me?
I like the liberation it gives people though. Parang it sets you free from the prison of walang word. Kasi form of bondage, yun yung di mo ma-express
Right.
yung ano yung feeling. Kaya ang relieving pag may nagbigay ng word yun. Parang, yung narcissistic na galing sa ghosting, ang layo nun
Right.
Kasi pwedeng ADHD lang siya or,
Or hindi ka lang niya talaga type. Diba?
Mang problema pag ginamit mo yung term na narcissistic in a very, very loose way, which covers conceit, confidence, apog, angas, fight mode in a sport, diba? That's parang If you use it covering and umbrellaing all those terms, something is lost. You know what's lost? The campaign to make you believe in yourself, na you are you are really good at what you do, go ahead and take it on. Why are you selling yourself short? Ba't ka pumapayag? Ito lang sweldo mo. Actually, ang galing mo. We are negating all the cheers of the world and the people who want you to really believe in how awesome you are and etc. Because awesome is like one hairline away from narcissistic. In that inaccurate a definition.
Yung spectrum na yan, diba?
Yeah. And it also negates the argument of look in the mirror, observe yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But I don't want to be narcissistic. What? So you don't look at yourself? And ayaw mo na rin mag-ayos. Di ka na rin deliver sa sarili mo. And then you will do this false humility and say, di naman ako ganun kagaling. So, ang dami niyang nanenegate na good. Right? So, that's why it's important to be accurate and medyo bullseye. Like, if you can narrow down the field of the coverage of one word, but that's really best. Okay? Narcissistic is actually someone who really prioritizes themselves over everyone at all cost. Yun yung pinaka-basic I can explain. Like, ako, yung priority, feelings ko lang ang mahalaga, extra lang kayo sa world. Kasi ako talaga yan yung narcissistic. So, paano lalabas yon? hindi ko pakinggan feelings mo. Yung opinion mo doesn't count. Mas magaling ako sa'yo in everything.
Yeah.
Or magiging flood contractor.
Yes, or kala mo you can run for president and you actually do, and then you win. Wow.
Sounds familiar. Someone won.
I vaguely remember.
Yeah.
Galingan is Netherlands. Anyway, so I think there will be. It's so far from the approximate truth kasi it's so far if you believe you are not, hindi ka magaling, or kung bilib na bilib kung gaano ka kagaling. So, feeling ko dapat may statistically close to the truth.
Na in the ballpark naman, hindi naman hugot lang.
Kasi alam mo, kainis dito, ang layo nung nagpapapatay ng drug pusher, nagpapapatay ng whatever, and then they will say, tao lang? I'm like, layo naman yung nagpapapatay ng teenagers sa tao lang. Ang layo naman ng scope na yun. Wala bang gigmack?
Yeah, so I think that the key, based on what you said, is really balance, accuracy, precision in terms.
Precision pero in a spectrum. Like,
Yeah.
tandaan mo, it's a spectrum, hindi siya this and that lang.
Right. Okay, so that's also what I'm curious about. How do we continue down this path of removing shame and stigma around this topic of mental health without resorting to the other extreme naman, which is like self-diagnosis, to the point of like invalidating people who actually have a certain condition or deal with a certain phenomena.
Yeah. Pero in every generation talaga may emotional and linguistic physics.
Yeah.
It swings that way 10 degrees. It has to swing 10 degrees. It's really unnatural to swing 10 and then stop at 2. It's just physics. So we're kind of in that other swing now where everything is a disease, you know. But how do we stop? How do we stop that? Okay, any behavior that really kicks you out of your daily duties and obligations, and kicks you too far out the legal lines or the agreed lines in society, disorder yon. Okay, so I have ADHD. So I really have ADHD, by the way. I've been diagnosed for over and over and I never believed it, which should have been a sign.
Yeah.
Which should have been a sign that I had ADHD. So other people say, oh, I have ADHD. And I'm thinking, no, you have traits, but the disorder is really, it really will wreck. It's like the word trauma. Is it okay to say that?
Yes.
Oh, this is so traumatic. This is so traumatic.
What's trauma?
People always think it's large things, you know, like war, witnessing something, rape. Oh, this is so traumatic. Again, it's a very awful thing, like very sad, depressed. No. War, murder, hold up, whatever it is, you know. That's the traumatic event. Yun yung nangyari. Trauma, like in crime, is signs of trauma. Is it blunt force trauma? Is it a gunshot wound? Is it a knife wound? So it's the mark the incident left. So trauma is wound. Okay? It's not the event. Okay? So, and usually it's characterized by helplessness. Yung hindi ka nakabawi, hindi ka nakasagot, wala kang choice. That's why a lot of our traumas are when we were children. Because we had no resources, we were dependent, and so we were quite helpless. So I'll give you an example. Recently, not recent, not 10 years, but when you're old, 10 years is recent. There was an exchange between me and somebody I had worked on a research for, and I think he raised his voice, and I screamed right back. Okay. Normally, that would be, it was so traumatic. And then I realized, no, that was not traumatic kasi nakasigaw back ako. Nasagot ko siya.
Oh.
So it will not leave a mark on me kasi somehow pumalag ako.
Right.
The number one characteristic is helplessness. Meron namang iba, taba mo ngayon kasi tita mo.
Right.
Dahil tita mo, hindi mo masagot.
Helplessness.
So, helpless.
Yeah.
So, mukhang maliit lang yung fat comment. Mukhang malaki yung minura yung nanay ko from head to toe in chocolate, katipunan ni Trillia, friend.
Yeah.
You would think this will leave the trauma. But I got to scream back here. This one, I just took it. This will leave the mark. It comes out sometimes in an eating disorder. You have dysphoria. You always think you're fat. You avoid family reunions, thinking that your whole family is evil, but actually you're just avoiding that aunt. You have so many of those. You think, oh, I'm afraid. I don't like the institution that is family. And dami mong profound explanations. Actually, ayaw mo lang makita yung tita mo. Kasi lagi niya sinasabi, mataba ka. Right? Na kanya, sa kanyang generation, pag sinabi, oh, lusog mo sa kanila, yumaman kayo, nag-survive kayo ng war, prosperous yung dati
Right.
mo. Yeah, weird, right?
Those are actual,
Yeah,
explanations.
yeah. That's why it goes above their heads when I say, Tita, you don't say that. Kasi for them, hindi attractive yung super niwang, ano may niwang sa Tagalog, payat.
Pangat, oh.
Yeah, pero sa atin kasi may, heroin chic, like Kate Moss or whatever. For us, it's a compliment.
Yeah, again, our generation.
Again, but for them, it's like mukhang may TB. Or mukhang galing sa Auschwitz last week. Yan ang payat. But for other people, it's a compliment because it's chic to be thin.
Yeah.
So, but when your tita actually says, oh, tumataba ka, it's more malevolent because she's actually smiling. Like, wow, pull the knife with the smile. But ibang-iba yung konti. No, of course, some of them are really mean. Some titas really mean to hurt you. So, I won't discount that. But, that is traumatic because hindi ka nakapalag. And without you knowing it, you will take it till you're older. And then you have habits that change. You no longer like going to reunions. And you think it's your cool rebellion. No. You don't want to be feeling what the 10-year-old felt with that aunt.
For all the information that Gen Z has, like I didn't even know that trauma
Is a mark.
Right,
It's
that
the mark.
that it was characterized by helplessness, really. So even if Gen Z has access to all of this information, there are just some things that we really wouldn't know, I guess.
I think I can tell you when you can re-examine if you think, am I traumatized?
Okay.
When you have a repeat pattern and you don't understand, clearly you know you should change it, but it's the same. And when you have, let's say, 3 relationships, and they end exactly the same way, even if it's a different human,
The same guy in different fonts, as we
different
say.
name, yeah.
Yes.
Because you were possibly having a relationship with a phantom in your head that was embodied by this one this month, but the whole relationship is exactly like last and last. That you can now ask, what happened to me? That this is the current of how I behave. Yeah, and also you really can't help it. You always feel you're fat, even if you're not fat. And then many years later, you look at your picture, shit, ang hot ko pala noon.
Oh, yeah.
Pero nung time na to, kala ko ang taba-taba ko. Yun, you can ask kasi it's outside of logic. It's already proven by evidence, but you still don't believe. May patterns ka na ganun. Pag meron kang ganun, outside of logic, clearly mas okay yun, na habit, hindi mo ginagawa. Pwede kang mag-start mag-ask. But we are not ruled by logic. Hindi tayo ruled by logic at all. Because if we were, we would all be jogging at 6 a.m. We like Hong Kong, we won't date that one, or we won't vote that one. So we're really not ruled by logic. We have a set of governing rules why we do what we do. And some of it is caused by a wound that we don't even know where the wound is sometimes. We just have a habit. People who voted for Duterte, I think they feel safe with a macho guy. Perhaps in their childhood, there must have been a neighborhood, etc. And it just feels safer if my dad is macho. And no matter how superb you think the leadership traits of Leni Robredo would be, or whoever else ran, this Filipino who lived in a very dangerous area will only feel safe with Duterte kasi. Yeah, but if you grow up in a different environment,
Context,
then you will not associate macho-ness with safety. In fact, if you live in a safe environment and your father is macho, that's annoying. Yeah, but if you live in a very dangerous neighborhood and your dad has naglililit, you feel so safe.
Yeah.
Daddy ko, may 3 barel eh. But if you live in a very peaceful neighborhood, it's yung daddy mo nagpapakamacho dun, kakainis yun, di ba? So, a lot of your decisions come from where you come from and what you consider safe. A lot of people feel safe with Duterte, and that's really we decide we really go where we are safe. Yeah.
Siguro to wrap our conversation, we talked about trauma and boundaries. Like, what's one exercise we can share for you, for our listeners and viewers to examine what they're going through, and to break those cycles? What's a bukas pwede kong gawin to get myself better?
Okay, pag ginagamit mo yung word na depressed, I'm so depressed, pwede ka mag-pause konti.
Nice.
kung na-explain mo kung bakit ka malungkot, may explanation, binreakan ako, nawat niyo namating, I don't know,
Pamilya mo,
bonsai mo, I don't know. Kung may explanation, then yung feeling mo, kahit gaano pakalugmok yung feeling na yon, nasa realm of normal human range of experiences. Yan, natural. You should feel that natural. Right? Pero kung incongruous, meaning, hindi dumating yung food panda, tapos pagdating iba, and your rage is incongruous, mas malaki siya kaysa sa...
Your day is ruined completely.
Yes,
for some
there's a
reason.
big chance you have a trauma when you don't know where it is, and you're actually, I think you're depressed because nag-short circuit, in bold font ka mag-react. So, hindi commensurate. So, kung approximately commensurate naman, okay, now I really think another indicator is, I think you think you're very angry at people, but I think you're angry at people from 12 years ago. And this person reminds you of that person. Yeah. So there's a lot. So who are you fighting? This intern that didn't want to email? Or was I fighting with the adults that never allowed me to do that? Never gave me space, always inapay ako habang intern ako. Does that make sense? So yung snap ko was really, it was a fight from 18 years ago. Because if I come to the real, present moment, this is just someone who didn't want to email because it's not her job.
she wasn't even angry about it.
It doesn't commensurate. So there are times when you snap and it's bigger than what was talked about. That's possibly an 11-year-old fight somewhere. So stay in the present fight. There's a lot of that. So ang indicators, incongruous, hindi commensurate, hindi mo ma-explain. Pero kung na-explain mo yung anger mo, na-explain mo yung sadness mo, natural yan yung feeling mo. Sinampal ka. Kasi syempre galit ka rin, di ba? Hindi yung rage. Justifiable rage yan. So, rage yung nagalit ka with real anger, sa drawer. Kasi tinamaan yung toe mo. Yun, there's something there.
Yeah.
There's something there. Because it's not logical. The statistical norm reaction is matatawa ka, masakit. Teka, kwento mo sa friend.
Yeah.
Pero hindi ka truly magagalit sa cabinet. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, sometimes it's because when feelings do not hit the intended recipient, which kasama dito yung may minamahal kang hindi yun yung mahal mo.
Okay.
Pati anger, pati...
Yeah. And on that note, Angel, can say goodbye to, thank you, gang, for joining
parang
us.
crossing lang siya, no?
Yeah.
Parang mali yung wire na nakabit
Yes.
dito. Pag hindi close approximation to proper wiring, pwede ka magtanong. Parang, ang laki naman ng galit ko, ito lang. Dahil siya. But for me, it's the principle behind it, di ba, may ganon? I hate to say this, but sorry. Am I going?
Yeah.
When I'm really, really sad, I really feel, because I'm very, very, ang yabang ko kasi, so feeling ko, maybe it's Gaza Strip, It's, all this war in, Hamas and, Israel, and Palestine. I feel like if I'm sad, it has to be big and profound. Sometimes I'm just hungry. Or I didn't sleep.
Yeah.
Or I'm dehydrated. But I can't have that, because,
Right.
I'm the shit.
Yeah.
It's really the education system in the Philippines, Parang hahanapan mo ng explanation yung feeling mo.
And it can't be just small. It has to be epic. It is
Kailangan
good.
Hamas or
Yeah.
ka sa Palestine, whatever. Hindi pwedeng puyat ka lang. Right? But, have you seen a toddler that's sleepy?
Yeah.
They are monsters.
Yeah.
But after a nap, they're lovely. Why do you imagine you no longer have that toddler inside you? You do. You do. When you're snapping, you're gonna have to check first, am I hungry, angry, lonely, tired? And if any of those, then do that first. And if you're still angry, it's probably an ideology or an advocacy. But if you eliminate it by hunger, you're all right. Depression, ask yourself, if I give you 10 million pesos, will that depression go? And if you say, actually, okay, you're not depressed. You have a money budget problem. Completely different, right?
Yeah.
But there are people who, even if I give you 10 million, you will still be blue. Then we're talking, maybe it's a unsolvable, mysterious amalgamation of things. Baka depression yan. Pero kung masasolve siya ng tulog, pera,
Pagkain.
beer, kaibigan, malamang it's It's just a bad day.
Yeah, on that note, I think that's a great note to end. Thank you, gang. I'm sure everyone listening and viewing enjoyed that conversation. So many helpful tips. Thank you for joining us again in this episode of Generations. If you like this episode, follow us on the Philstar Life and Puma Podcast social accounts. And if you love this episode, share it with a friend.